Good afternoon. We're back with more Marvel Champions, and today we'll be testing out Scarlet Witch against Red Skull on Expert difficulty, possibly Zola as well, and if it goes well, then we'll try her out against Rhino on Heroic 2 or Claw or Ultron on Heroic 1. If it doesn't go well, I think my next video will be Doctor Strange against Heroic 2 Rhino or Heroic 1 Claw or Ultron, and we'll just see where we're at with the current card pool. At least we'll be able to get a good idea of what is possible or not possible at the moment. Now, I do believe it's possible to beat those quests on Heroic, but maybe not reliably. We'll see. Anyway, we'll test out Scarlet Witch for now. Got to shuffle the deck up. This is the last hero of Phase 2. Next up is Galaxy's Most Wanted. So we have the side quest deck. We have one encounter card. We've got our hand, the standard 6/5 for Scarlet Witch. We're playing Justice Scarlet Witch. We'll keep... I want to keep Turn the Tide. All of this seems good, except for I don't need a duplicate followed or molecular decay at the moment. Alrighty, let's get started. We're not going to do the discard 2, draw 2, I don't think. We'll just flip to Scarlet Witch. We'll go ahead and go 1-2 for Wiccan. And we'll use Wiccan to thwart for 1. And we discard a card from the encounter deck. Unfortunately, 0 boost cards, boost icons. So no damage to the enemy. We will use Scarlet Witch to thwart. And then use Turn the Tide to deal 3 damage. And we'll use War Machine and Followed to play Hex Bolt. So we discard the top 3 of the encounter deck. And we've got a 0, so that's going to be 2 damage. Another 0, that's going to be 2 damage. I don't think those stars count as boost icons, right? Those are specials. And a third 0, and that's 2 damage. Well, 6 damage for 2 is good. And then we'll draw 5. I'm not going to try to modify any of those because I'm just fine with the damage. I didn't really want to get threat removal. Okay, so 1 threat. Red Skull's going to attack. We'll just face tank that, I think. Or we could defend to tank it. I will defend. So after the 1 threat, first we need a side quest before the attack. Prison camps, so the attack will be for 2 plus his boost, which is 1, so 3. 1 damage. And then we have 2 encounter cards incoming. Villain and each minion engaged with you attacks you, so that's going to be an attack for 2, 3, 4. I'll go ahead and magic shield that. Using Turn the Tide, so I just take 1 damage. And then we've got Red Skull's right hook, which we're definitely going to want to get rid of as soon as possible. So on to the hero phase. We'll use Wiccan to thwart for 1, and he gets to attempt to damage the boss. He does for 2. That's not an attack, so it doesn't proc retaliate. And then we'll go ahead and clear the area. Draws a card. We can play a ally from the deck or discard pile. And I think that ally will be Quicksilver, probably. No, I'll take Spider-Man. That's the most expensive one. Spider-Man, remove 3 threat. I haven't run Spider-Man in a deck before, but he's in here because Chaos Magic is in here. And then I don't want to attack yet, I don't think. We'll get rid of B-Cop and we'll draw 4. So 1 threat, 1 side quest. Hydra Reinforcements, that's going to bring an additional encounter card. 1 attack from Red Skull on Wiccan. And then 2 encounter cards. Another right hook, that's trouble. And Twisted Reality. So for the hero phase we can go... I don't actually have the resource types to get rid of either of these right hooks. And they're going to be a pain in the neck. We can use Spider-Man to get rid of Hydra Reinforcements, which is going to bring in an encounter card. We can go 1, 2, 3, 4 for Nick Fury and draw 3 cards. We can go 1, 2, 3 for Mockingbird and Stun. I think we will... If I attack with Nick Fury, it will kill him immediately. But since Red Skull's stunned, I don't have a use for him anyway, so I'll take the 2 Retaliate. Draw 5. And then we got 1 threat, 1 side quest. The Sleeper Awakens. Remove stun. 3 damage. Which will just defend. And then we got 2 encounter cards incoming. Hydra Flame Soldier. Caught off guard. No upgrades or supports, so that surges. Hydra Soldier. Big turn for the boss. And my cards are not that great here. Let's discard these 3 to get rid of 1 of Red Skull's right hooks. But that really leaves me limited in what I can do this round. Can get rid of this toughness. Can use Spider-Man to deal 2. Get rid of Turn the Tide, draw 4. There's Chaos Magic. It's 1 threat, 1 side quest, 1 attack from Red Skull on Mockingbird. And then we have attacks from these 3. We'll have Spider-Man tank. No, we'll just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think we'll just face tank it all. It's risky, but I don't want to lose Spider-Man. The villain attacks you. Well, 1, 2, 3. I'll have Spider-Man tank it. So it's for 5. I'll Magic Shield. So it's only 2. That's rough. For the hero phase, we'll use Chaos Magic and get Quicksilver in. Discard 4. We can use Quicksilver. Take out the Hydra Flame Soldier, but I think this is going to be the last turn unless we will thwart, and then we'll flip to Alter Ego. Discard 2 cards from your hand, draw 2 cards. I think the discard 2 cards is a cost, and so you can't do it if you don't have 2 cards to discard. So just draw 5. And hopefully draw ways to deal with what's on the board here. So we got 1 threat, 1 side quest. Actually needed to go find another enemy. when the Hydra Patrol was defeated. And we got one side quest, which is Mass Chaos, so discard 5. We have 3 resource types. And I lost Warp Reality there, unfortunately. So we've got a Red Skull Thwart for 5. It's going to put us into phase 3 and bring in another side quest. Censor of the Past. And then we have Scheming from the Sleeper, Hydra Soldier, Hydra Regular. And then we have one encounter card, which is Exhaust Your Identity and Surge. Place 2 threat on each scheme. Oof. Okay, well, for the hero phase, do we have any way of dealing with this stuff? We can go Hex Bolt. Let's see what we got here. First up, 2, so let's draw 1 card. Next up, 0, so let's deal 2 damage. Next up, 0, that's deal 2 damage. Can use Quicksilver to deal 2 damage. It's going to deal an encounter card, but we got no way of dealing with this massive threat here, even with the Justice aspect. Let's go ahead and call this a loss. And we'll try a different variant of Scarlet Witch. We'll try Leadership. Okay, so we got things reset with a Leadership variant of Scarlet Witch. What went wrong in that last one? Just got overwhelmed. Didn't have enough value, and so typically what causes losses, especially in higher difficulties in solo, either you get overwhelmed by threat or you get overwhelmed because your health gets whittled down and you don't have ways to restore it efficiently. And Scarlet Witch, her threat reduction and built into her kit is weak. But she has strong utility cards like Chaos Magic and Alter Reality. But they're only one-ofs. So anyway, let's try out Leadership and try to make full use of that Chaos Magic. So we owe 1 encounter card, but let's get everything shuffled up. One encounter card, and then we'll draw 6. We could keep Quicksilver with the dual resources. Goliath is actually more value than Quicksilver. Quicksilver is a little more versatile. So let's get started. We'll go ahead and get Quicksilver out though, because we could then make use of Wanda's superpowered siblings and discard 2 in order to draw 3. Can flip over to Hero and we'll use 2 for Hex Bolt. We'll go 1, 2, 3. First up we have a 0, so that's 2 damage. Second up a 1, that's 2 threat. So Red Skull actually can't take damage until you remove the threat, so I think I have to use the twins to eliminate this side quest, and then it's 2 damage, 0 threat, because there's nothing to remove threat from, and then a 3, which is a status card, so that's a stun. Overall, decent Hex Bolt. And we'll draw do I want to ready Quicksilver here? I might as well. And then attack for 2. And then we'll go ahead and draw 4. Okay, so one threat, remove, stun. Got one side quest incoming, which is the Sleeper Awakens. And then we got 2 encounter cards to deal with. Red Skull's right hook, that is troublesome. Caught off guard, which does nothing because there's no support or upgrade to get rid of. And then Red Skull schemes for 1, 2, 3, 4. Which we could interrupt, but a boost of 1 isn't that bad, so I'll leave it. Here we go. Let's go ahead and use Rapid Response Quinjet to get Scarlet Witch's crest out. Rapid Response Ironheart, and then we'll use... No, I want to keep the Rapid Response. We'll keep Ironheart. We can use Scarlet Witch to ping the toughness off. Quicksilver for damage. Then we'll draw 3. So 1 threat, 1 side quest. That's fine, but it brings an additional encounter card and it can't be used to defeat the sleeper. Red Skull's going to attack, that will go on Quicksilver. If you are in hero form, the villain attacks you after this activation. No boost cards. So the attack will be for 3. Then we have another attack for 3 from the sleeper. We'll just defend and take 1. And then we have 1 encounter card to deal with, which is the villain schemes. That's going to advance the scheme. Alrighty, for the hero phase, we can go Strength for Ironheart, draw a card. Hex Bolt is badly needed. A little Hex Bolt. Card number 1 is boost of 2. I think I'll crest to increase that by 1 up to 3 so I can stun the boss. Boost of 1. Remove 2 threat from a scheme, sure. I'll get rid of Hydra reinforcements. Oh wait, I think I owe an additional encounter card, right? That encounter card was going to be Infinite Power, which would be another attack from Red Skull for 1, 2, 3, 4, and a toughness on Red Skull. And then we have the Hex Bolt this turn. So we'll just walk all that back. Okay. So first up we've got 1, 2, well, once again we'll just do the stun. Next up, 1, 2, 3, that's another status card. Do I want to interrupt that? I don't really need a status card on Red Skull. I could confuse him, I guess, but what I really need is like threat reduction. So I may just get rid of that. So I'll interrupt that with Scarlet Witch. Move on to the next card. So it's a 0, that's 2 damage, that's fine. And we have 2 more. No, 1 more, right? Yeah, we had a stun, we had the 2 damage, and there's another 2 damage that'll finish off the sleeper. I think I accidentally discarded too many there. Finish off the sleeper, get rid of the Sweeper Awakens. Unfortunately, can't deal with these side quests, which means 1 more additional counter card is coming. And we can draw 4. So we have 1 threat, 1 side quest. They're piling up, and that's because Scarlet Witch's kit really doesn't have much threat reduction. Discard 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 resource types. And then we have remove stun and 1, 2 encounter cards. First up, the villain attacks. That will go on Ironheart. And the Hydra Exo Soldier. We're in trouble here, I would say. I got Chaos Magic, but I don't have a good card to use with it. Yeah. This is, well, Scarlet Witch is doing, I would say, worse than I thought she would. And it's really due to not having any defensive ability except for her shield, which is inefficient, and not having any threat removal except for her Hex Bolt, which is unreliable because it doesn't always remove threat. So I think she has to run either Justice or Protection to make up for her inability to protect herself using her cards or her inability to use threat. It's got to be one or the other. We tried a game of Justice. We'll try another game of Justice and see if it goes any better than the first one. This will be a different build of Justice Scarlet Witch with the Meditations card that's new and some resource generation. We'll see how it goes. Get everything shuffled up. Scarlet Witch's Crest. Get rid of Magic Shield and Molecular Decay. Okay, do I want to keep clear the area? I think I do. This seems fine, so what we'll do is we'll start out with Genius for Ironheart. Draw a card. We can use Ironheart, thwart for 1. Flip to Scarlet Witch. We'll use Magic Shield to play clear the area, get rid of Red House, and draw a card. Can Power in All of Us, Strength to Quinn Carrier. And then we'll play Scarlet Witch's Crest next round. We'll just damage Red Skull for 1 and draw 4. Also testing out Heimdall in this one because of the ability to play him with Chaos Magic, and we've got them both, so that's good. We'll get one threat out. We will go ahead and take the Red Skull attack on Ironheart. Give Red Skull a tough status card. And we got one encounter card coming, actually 2, because Red Skull deals each player an encounter card when he's revealed. So we got Insight 1. Oh, also we owe a side quest from this turn, which was Censor the Past. So the Twisted Reality will go on there, on the Censor the Past. And then the second encounter card is Master Strategist. So on to the player turn. We'll use Chaos Magic to get out Heimdall. Got to discard 5 from the encounter deck. One, two, three, four, 5. Heimdall can look at the top 3 of the encounter deck, discard 1, and put the others back in any order. Infinite Power. I don't really want the Infinite Powers, so we'll use that as a boost card. Actually, I think they're both going to be boost cards, right? So we got Heimdall out. We can use him to thwart. We're going to use Quinn Carrier and Molecular Decay to play Scarlet Witch's Crest. And we'll thwart with Heimdall. We'll thwart with Scarlet Witch. It's going to deal an extra encounter card. And then we'll draw 4. Okay, so 1 threat, 1 side quest, 1 attack from Red Skull. We'll have Scarlet Witch tank that, I think. Well, I have turned the tide, so I may want her to thwart, so we'll phase tank it. The attack's going to be for... He actually gets 2 boost cards, so one is a tough status card and another boost card. He already has a tough status card. So he gets 1 more boost card after this, +1, +1. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to Quinn Carrier, Magic Shield. We'll just take 1 damage. And then we have 2 encounter cards coming. Infinite Power, give Red Skull a tough status card and he attacks. We'll face tank, so it's going to be for 1, 2, not bad. And then the Villain Schemes for 1, 2, 3. Just 3. That could have been disaster if that advanced the quest. Okay. So for the hero phase, we will use Scarlet Witch to clear Hydra Patrol. It's going to force me to go find a Hydra regular. None in the deck? They're all in the discard pile? Yes, they are. And then we'll use Turn the Tide. So which of these responses happens first? You have a win defeated, and then you have a response. Which comes first? I'm going to have to look that up. Okay, so according to FFG, win defeated happens before a card is discarded. But this says after your hero thwarts and removes all threat from a scheme, deal 3 damage. I have no idea which should come first. Well, after your hero thwarts and removes all threat, I think that probably comes before when defeated. So we'll just use the Turn the Tide as if the Hydra regular is not on the board yet, and it will remove the toughness from Red Skull. And then we'll use Heimdall to thwart. And we'll use Hexbolt and see what we get. We got a 1 that's removed 2 threat. Do I want to raise or lower that? We'll just remove 2 threat for now. That's a 0, 2 damage. That's a 3, that'll be a stun. Okay, so that works out. Don't need to do any alterations, and then we'll draw 5. So we got a clear board. 1 threat, bring in a side quest. And then 1 encounter card, remove stun. Counter card is Hydra Flame Soldier. For the hero turn, we'll get Skilled Investigator out. Go Quinn Carrier plus Agatha to play Hexbolt. See what we get for it. That's a 1, remove 2 threat. 2. 1, remove 2 threat, that's fine. Prison camp, so we can go ahead and play an ally. That is the encounter deck, whoops. Quicksilver, perhaps? Is there anything in the discard that I would have wanted? No. Nick Fury, maybe. Yeah, we could grab Nick Fury. Nick Fury, draw 3 cards. Then we've got a 3, so that's another stun for the boss. Okay, then we can play the Sorcerer Supreme. Oh, after the side quest was defeated, we can draw a card as well. So play the Sorcerer Supreme. We've got Warp Reality. That's great. We can go 1/2 to deal 2 damage to the Hydra Flame Soldier. We could use Heimdall to deal 2 damage. It would retire him. I don't think I want to. Then we'll use Scarlet Witch to... Actually, we'll use Scarlet Witch to thwart for 1 and then turn the tide. Deal 3 damage. Yep, that works out. We'll save both of these, I think, and then we'll draw 4. +1 hand size now with Sorcerer Supreme. So 1 threat, remove stun. 1 side quest. 2 encounter cards now. Jet Trooper with Quick Strike. We'll put that Quick Strike on Nick Fury. He's on his way out anyway. And then Red Skull's Luger. Okay, let's say we're in decent shape now. So we can go ahead and... What do I want to do here? Got a lot of options. Start with Spiritual Meditation. Draw 2, discard 1. We'll discard... Actually, this is tough. I like most of these cards. Do the same thing again. Draw 2, discard 1. I like almost all of these cards now. We'll use Scarlet Witch to take care of this Hydra reinforcements. Skilled Investigator to draw a card. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4 for Avengers Mansion. Use that to draw a card. Use Energy to play Wiccan. Use him to thwart for 1, and then he deals damage to the boss that's worth 2. And we could deal 5 with Heimdall. Or I could use him to tank an attack. I don't have Magic Shield, so I think I'm going to use him to tank an attack. It may be a little better to have him attack, but... No, he doesn't attack for 5. That's not +2 attack, that's 2 inconsequential damage. He attacks for 3. So I'll definitely have him tank an attack. We'll just draw 4. That's gonna bring an additional encounter card. So we got 1 threat, 1 side quest, 1 attack, 2 encounter cards. Villain Schemes for 1, 2, 3. And then he attacks after this activation. Attacks for 2. Okay. For the hero phase, we'll use Avengers Mansion. We'll use Spiritual Meditation. Spiritual Meditation again. What do I want to get rid of now? I like all these cards. Probably Turn the Tide. Let's see here. Let's start out with a Hex Bolt. That is 1 boost icon, so remove 2 threat. That's 0, so 2 damage. Another 0, 2 damage. You can use Quinn Carrier plus clear the area for another Hex Bolt. 3, that's a stun. 2, I think I'm going to remove 1 so I can deal 2 damage. And then 2, that's going to be draw a card. So the sleeper is at 4 now. I'll use Wiccan to thwart, and then boost card is 3, so you can deal 3 damage. For each boost icon discarded this way, deal 1 damage to an enemy. But you can't split that up among enemies, right? So it'll just finish off the sleeper. That'll use Skilled Investigator to draw a card. There's Quicksilver. So we can go Ironheart, draw a card. Use Scarlet Witch to get the toughness off this enemy. Use Ironheart to deal 1 damage. We'll draw 2. Actually 3. 1 threat. 1 side quest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's only 2 resource types. Remove stun. 1 attack from Exo Soldier. We'll have Scarlet Witch tank that. And then we got 1 encounter card coming, which is Bitter Rival. Exhaust the character you control for each side scheme. I think I may Warp Reality. Get rid of that. I don't have to discard any cards because there's no boost icons. So on to the hero phase. We'll use Avengers Mansion. We'll use Spiritual Meditation. Discard Power in All of Us, I guess. We'll use Helicarrier to play Clear the Area. Get rid of Mass Chaos. Draw a card. Go 1, 2, 3, 4 for Mockingbird and get a stun. 1, 2 for Hexbolt. Actually, Skilled Investigator draws a card as well. So I don't need to use 1, 2, 3, 4 for Mockingbird. I can go 1, 2. Well, I'd like to keep Magic Shield though, so we'll just do it that way anyway. That's going to be an acceleration token. Hydra, let's see, that's 1, so we got 2 damage. That's another 1, 2 damage. Gets rid of the Hydra Soldier. And a 2, I think I'm going to up that to 3 and get a Confuse on the boss. And then we have thwart for 1. And we'll draw 5. So 2 threat, 1 side quest. Sleeper Awakens. That should have been removed from the game. Censor the past. I think I forgot to shuffle 3 cards in when I censored the past before. We'll remove the stun, and we've got 1 encounter card coming. Slipping Sanity. Flip and exhaust. Okay, on to the hero phase. Chaos Magic for Nick Fury. But first I'm going to use Wiccan to thwart and deal some damage to the boss, just 1. Then I'll Chaos Magic for Nick Fury. Draw 3. Brings an extra encounter card. To discard 4 as well. And let's see, what else do I want to do here? Can go 1, 2, 3 for Molecular Decay. Deal 5 damage. Top 2 for the boost icons. It's 3. 4 boost icons. It's good Molecular Decay. We'll use Avengers Mansion to draw a card. We'll use Nick Fury to take out Sense of the Past and draw a card. Let's go ahead and Hex Bolt. That's a 2. That's a draw 1 card. That's fine. 0, 2 damage. 0, 2 damage. I think I'll increase that to 1 though, and remove 2 threat. And I think I'm going to throw away the magic shield and then draw 3. So 2 threat, 1 attack, 1 side quest first. Mass Chaos. That's 3 different resource types. And then 1 attack from Red Skull on Nick Fury. Gets a tough status card. And 2 encounter cards. Exhaust a character you control for each side scheme in play. That's fine. Hydra Exo Soldier. I think I'll Warp Reality that. Just get rid of it. Warp Reality, very good in that spot. So, hero phase, draw a card. Go. 1, 2, 3. Get out Helicarrier. Use Scarlet Witch to thwart. Draw a card. Spiritual Meditation. Use Helicarrier and Turn the Tide for Hex Bolt. Got 2, remove 2 threat. 3, stun the boss. 2, let's put him into phase 2. Reduce by 1 and move on to phase 2, which is going to reveal an encounter card. And then we could get rid of Wiccan to clear the area. I don't think I want to, though. I think Wiccan's too good. We'll keep him. Draw 4. So 2 threat, 1 side quest. And remove stun. And we got 2 encounter cards. Each Hydra minion attacks. Each player who's not attacked searches for a Hydra minion and puts it into play. That'll just be a Hydra regular. And then we got Infinite Power. Red Skull, tough status card. Oh wait. I should have eliminated the tough status card before moving into phase 3, right? So we'll say Ironheart pinged it and we'll retire her. And Red Skull attacks. Put that attack on Mockingbird. For 2. Okay. On to the hero phase. Draw a card. Draw 2 cards. Get rid of 1, clear the area, draw 2 cards. It's gonna deck me. Get rid of the power in all of us. We'll use these 2 to Hex Bolt. That is a 0, so 2 damage. That is a 0, remove the toughness. That is a 2, drop it to 1, remove 2 threat. We'll use... Then we could Scarlet Witch to remove the threat. And then turn the tide for 3 damage. Skilled Investigator draws a card. Energy for Hexbolt. One, that's going to be remove 2 threat. 2, actually that was the sleeper, wasn't it? The sleeper's supposed to be out of the game. So 2, it's going to be draw a card. 0, that's deal 2 damage. And 1 more. 3, that's going to be stun. I think I'm going to get out Wiccan here. Use him to thwart. Deal damage, hopefully. Nope, no damage. And then we'll just draw 4. 2 threat. 1 side quest. Remove stun. And then we got 2 encounter cards. I don't know why I dealt an extra 1 there. Hydra Soldier and discard an upgrade or support. I like all of them. Just Helicarrier. And then we got 1 extra encounter card actually for Hydra Reinforcement. Slipping Sanity. I have Warp Reality. Or would I rather flip and then just get rid of that card from the game? Sure, we'll save Warp Reality. For the hero phase, we'll flip back, draw a card. We'll use Quinn Carrier for clear the area, draw a card. Wiccan can thwart and deals damage for 2. You can go Strength for Ironheart and draw a card. Turn the Tide. A Skilled Investigator should have drawn a card as well. So turn the Tide and clear the area, can play Hexbolt. That's going to add a second acceleration token. So 2, that will draw a card if I want to. Sure, we can draw a card. 1, that removes 2 threat. Gonna drop that to 0 and deal 2 damage to this soldier, which brings in another encounter card. And then we have a 2, which draws a card. Go Spiritual Meditation, draw 2. Those are good ones to draw. We'll discard the Quicksilver, I think. We'll use Chaos Magic for Heimdall. Discard 5. We can use Heimdall to... And I don't want to discard Warp Reality to pay for a Molecular Decay. So we'll just deal 1 damage, draw 2. 3 threat, 1 attack. And then 2 encounter cards. The villain attacks. Give the villain a tough status card and another boost. Give Red Skull a tough status card, Red Skull attacks you. Do I need Heimdall to tank that? No, I'll just have Scarlet Witch tank it. She's got her magic shield. So he's attacking for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I actually forgot the side quest this turn. So he's attacking for 6. We can go Quinn Carrier for Magic Shield and Molecular Decay for Magic Shield and block that. And then we're on to the hero turn. Can I just deal 14 damage here? We've got 3, 4, 9. No, probably not. That's helpful. Use Scarlet Witch to get rid of this Hydra Patrol. It's going to bring in a Hydra Regular. Skilled Investigator draws a card. We can go 1, 2, 3, get a stun. We can go remove toughness. But if I don't thwart, that will finish off Rise of the Red Skull. So we'll leave the toughness, thwart for 1. Draw 4. 1, 2, 3 threat, remove stun, bring in 1 side quest, 1 encounter card, Hydra Flame Soldier, we'll warp reality and get rid of that. Hero Phase, draw a card, Spiritual Meditation, draw 2, discard 1, that decks me again. Choose these 2 to play Hex Bolt. Two, that would draw a card. I think I want to remove threat though. 1 removes threat. Skilled Investigator draws a card, and we can play 1 ally. It's probably going to be Quicksilver. Where is he? Would be Nick Fury if he was in there. Quicksilver. And then the last one is a 2, another draw card. Chaos Magic. Well, not unless I retire someone. Mockingbird can ping the toughness. Heimdall can thwart. That's not enough though. I think I should just let this one advance. Let Heimdall attack. Quicksilver can attack. Attack again. And then we'll try to finish it off. Well, actually, I think we can with Chaos Magic, Nick Fury. Deal 4. Discard 4. 2 damage. 1 damage. Okay, well, very long battle. Seems like with Scarlet Witch, this variant of the deck is definitely better. With the Sorcerer Supreme and the Meditation card helping a lot to cycle through to get more plays of the Chaos Magic and the Warp Reality, because those are really the two best cards in the deck. The card that probably gets played the most for like damage or effects is Hexbolt, and it's quite good too, but it is also quite random. So it ends up being like a long, drawn-out fight. How good is Scarlet Witch? She's good. Is she good enough for heroics? That I don't know. She was never really in danger of dying here. We'll have to test her out more. But she seems quite good. Definitely needs the right deck, though. I don't think the first 2 decks that I played were really any good. I think that's why I lost. Not because the hero is weak, but it did make her seem weak. But Scarlet Witch, she lives and dies on her Hexbolt, her Warp Reality, and her Chaos Magic. I do think she really benefits from the larger hand size from the Sorcerer Supreme. And because she's drawing lots of cards, she also benefits from like Quinn Carrier. She really, like, Quinn Carrier needs a really long game to be good, so does Helicarrier. And Scarlet Witch, I think, will get into a lot of really long games, because she really advances the plot, so to speak, with Chaos Magic and Warp Reality. That's where she really makes her big gains. And there's only one of each of those in the deck. That's why the game went so long. We're just like keeping a stable board state while we wait for Chaos Magic and Warp Reality to come around again. And then we make progress. But anyway, she's a lot of fun to play. I would recommend her. She's very strong. Is she A tier or S tier? Hard to say. She may well be S tier. We'll have to try her out some more. So, thank you for watching.